Hi everyone. I have been going through one of my bags. Sometimes you have little project bags. You start something and it gets shelved and put away and you don't know where it is, and then you find it and you think, wow, that's great. So let's have a look. This fits in nicely with the making jewelry with fabric scraps and broken bits of jewelry, like I did previously for that necklace. So see these three, just ordinary bit of material, tiny bit. I've made a little pocket. I'll put something in it if I wanted. But this was a bracelet, and I just liked that. So I made these little pockets and I put them on. I thought, oh, you could dangle bits off or something. I don't know. This one here, I'd put a little split ring there, sewn that on, and threaded through some seed beads and made a really nice part to go around your neck. And beading on the bottom, see, you can do that. Here's another one in green. They're not finished, but they are lovely. They could be good. What's this one? Oh, that's waiting for me to do something with. And this one here. I love the old Rajasthani Indian embroideries, and I have a bit of a collection. Sometimes, if it's a really old piece that's already broken, I'll cut it into pieces and reuse it. And can you see how lovely that is? So all that would need is a string, and we're done. And then once again, it's a little pocket. Sometimes these things can be very lightweight, and I think they'd be better with something in it. So I might put a little coin in that or something, and it would hang better. This one here, I just did a little squarish shape and turned it inside out, and I think I got a bit of something in there. Maybe it's a bit of plastic, something to hold it out in its flat shape. But you could use that for a brooch, or you could hang it and have something like that hanging off it, and maybe some more tassels or something. So endless opportunity. I don't know whether you're getting it. I hope so. Endless opportunity for using your little scraps. This was in there as well, this bag of unfinished, and that is sari silk, not yarn this time, it's strips. See, and it's just torn. It does a lovely edge. So I just thought you'd want to see that and look at the opportunity to make a little something. Maybe you want to sew something and it's only tiny, and you could just make either a brooch or earrings if it's really tiny, or a really nice talisman kind of necklace. These three have ended up very similar, haven't they? Perhaps I'll just take these two off. See how it's on a little ring that can be opened and closed. I'll pop them on there, and then maybe I can hang something off the longest two to make them more of a point. That would be nice. And then that would leave this one free to try something different. So what could we do with a bit of fabric? Use a bit that's already embroidered. We could embroider our own. There's plenty of opportunity to play. Well, this one, I've just transferred the four thingies over, the four little dangly bits that were also part of this bracelet. This one here, I was just looking at it and thinking, oh, I've got this copper split ring here. I like the colour up against it. So how about I could just sew that on, and then that would give me something to string it up with. Perhaps we could use some of that. And this one, well, it's done. It just needs some sort of chain or something on it. And those ones have got everything removed, so we can try something different there. You see, I've only hand stitched it because I don't mind, because I'm going to do something there anyway. Okay, so a piece of fabric, you know, that you've done something with, and a backing to it. If you don't want it to be a pocket, you just put in a piece of plastic or cardboard or something, so that it would remain flat, you know. But I often think they need a weight, so, you know, maybe pop a coin in or something. But the pocket ones, they're more like that kind of shape, like that, with another like that. And you would sew around like that. And if you're wanting a lining, you'd do another one slightly smaller, pop it inside, and then do something with the edge. So it's pretty simple. I would like to do something and finish those off though. It's a good idea, and then I just stopped. All rings, this one's easier to see, but all rings like this, split rings, have this gap which you could open, put it through, you know, whatever, your dangly, and then you close it, you see. And that's how these bits are. There's a ring there. So I'm going to use this giant ring, that in there, and make sure that I stitch that nicely. Some black cotton, and we've got something then for our what do you call it, the string, the necklacey bit. So I've got some black cotton and a needle of some description. I was dyeing yesterday, doing some wattle dyeing, and I have to try and go through, sew that up with that inside it. A bit more. Right, that seams on. So then I'll go through to the back. Just do a couple of stitches there to anchor it and trim. Probably originally had this out and thinking I would use it, and I could just string it on something as simple as that, knot it like that so it sits better, pull that knot down, there you see, and then maybe you could even put a bead if you wanted, or 2 beads or something. Yeah, that looks quite good, but we want something off the bottom here. Okay, I think I'll stitch it on too. There. Finish this off here. And maybe a tassel. Let's see if I can remember. Just going to take some of this. It's a pearl cotton. I'll wrap it around my fingers a few times. Some of that in too, maybe. Alright, now you can add in different threads, you see. So I'm going to loop it through this old brass bead. So I've got these different threads. I started with a pearl cotton. I added in some fancy yarn because I wanted it to be not quite so bright, and that's added more, made it more fit in with this. Remember, we sewed that on. So, and I've put this little old brass ring around here just to hold it. I'm going to double my cotton, and I'll use that little hole there. And attach it like that. So even if you're not a jewellery maker, you can stitch. Or you can do the right thing and use your jewellery fixings, your findings. So I've attached it to that. I'm going to pull this little ring here up now. Make sure all those bits come through. So I like that. But what's to stop that from coming off? Nothing. So the point is, we've attached that, we've made a tassel. I can come down here, hide my thread in amongst all that. I can go and go around if I want. That would make it even tighter. What seed bits have I got hanging out around? They're nice. I'm going to do a little, just add in a few seed beads so that it can't go past it because it's bigger. That's my idea anyway. I want one on as well. Right, I'm going to go down to the end. I'm going to tie the two together. Double strength is better. Now you can use proper beading cottons and things, waxed cottons that are stronger than normal cottons. I'm not planning on doing too much strenuous with this, so I think it's going to be fine. All right, so this time I'm going to go down through it, and thread on 6 or 7, whatever it takes, beads onto my string. Go around it again. And also make sure that I've attached it into some of those strings, because I want it to stay there. So if you do something with your bits and pieces, you are definitely going to have something unique. It's good to just flow sometimes and get things done differently. It helps you to invent, and you might end up with something completely new that you've thought of. Hand it off. I might even leave that string down there, matches in anyway. Right, there we go. What do you think? Could use something else, could twine something else in there. Lots of things, but that'll do me for now. I think it's quite good. When I'm feeling in a hippie mood, I'll wear that little baby. Nice. Perhaps I'll get around to finishing some of these other little beauties. I hope I've given you some incentive. So go through your scrap boxes, see what you have, and put it all together and make something to wear. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to press like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're always doing something unusual and I'm glad to have you along. Thanks again for watching.